Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Where it's my brethren all around the world watching this video. Hope you're having a great day today as you're tuning in. Make sure you do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, we got big news in the heavyweight division, okay? In the heavyweight division, it has been reported by a number of news outlets, but the one I got in front of me is BoxingScene.com. So big shout out to the fine folks at BoxingScene.com. It's been reported that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, that the rematch will in fact stay in America. That the rematch will in fact take place not in LA, not in Las Vegas, but the city so nice that they named it twice, New York City. They will be fighting at the Barclays Center April the 27th or May the 18th. Those are the two dates they're talking about right now. So it's good to know that we're gonna have this fight, because you know I really enjoyed the first fight. There's a lot of unanswered questions going into the second fight. You know, obviously the majority of the world knows that Fury beat Wilder, but he was not awarded the decision. In many cases he was robbed of the best and biggest and most inspirational comeback in boxing history by the judges not officially giving him the decision. So in this rematch, he has to erase all doubts. He has to fight an even better fight. And same thing for Wilder. He has to be a little bit earlier in the fight, and maybe he'll get Fury out of there. Now, give me 1 second as I you know, throat's getting a little dry, so hold on. The first fight was obviously very good. I wouldn't even go as far as to say it was a classic heavyweight fight, but at New York City, I think the event's going to be a lot better. Just for a number of reasons. We'll say, you know, I think the atmosphere will be better because I think a lot more Brits will travel to New York City. Going from the UK to New York is a lot shorter of a flight than going from the UK to LA. So I think the atmosphere in New York is going to be even crazier. And then when you add in the fact that the first fight's already happened and that a lot of people thought Fury won the fight, you know, I just feel like the atmosphere is going to be something something just as special as the first fight. Just quite honestly. The fight will in fact be Showtime pay-per-view, and I think it's coming at the right time. You know, Joshua, right now, from the looks of things, because it has been reported, it was reported that Anthony Joshua, or Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua had made Jarrell Miller a formal offer for him to fight at the Madison Square Garden. So this won't be interfering with a Joshua fight if that report is true. The only and Con Crawford is the week before it, as well as Granados versus Garcia. So there's not really any fights, in my opinion. There's no fights that are going to be able to compete with this. This will be the biggest fight taking place at that time, and it's the right time for it to happen, in my opinion. You know, I'm not mad at a rematch, you know, because I think both guys laid it all out there on the line in the first fight. Fury, obviously, boxing as well as he did throughout the fight. Wilder, obviously, being able to score 2 knockdowns despite being so clinically outboxed. But even when he wasn't hurting Fury, he still presented himself as a threat. And as the fight wore on, he began to land that jab a little more and gave Fury something to think about. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of adjustments both fighters can make, especially from the Fury side of things, because he's looking like he's even more in shape. Like if you go look at pictures of him, like today on Instagram, Frank Warren posted a picture of him doing a video shoot for GQ magazine, which is pretty hilarious to think about, like Tyson Fury and the GQ magazine. That's like the two things I never thought I'd say in a sentence, but yeah, man, like he's looking like he's in a lot better shape. And I've always said, like, if since the rematch, or since the first fight, if Tyson Fury can come in about 10 pounds lighter, I think it's gonna do him a world of good. And then I can't say whether he's 10 pounds lighter or not, but he looks lighter. And if he is lighter, I think that's very bad news for Deontay Wilder, because you know, Fury, but you know, without having the big fight experience, for like the last 3 years, nearly 3 years, you know, Fury was able to go in there against Wilder. He was able to move very well laterally, going backwards, going forwards, and he wasn't one of those, you know, he was able to roll the shots, to parry the shots, to slip the shots. So now that he's gotten that under his belt, that he's had the confidence of going 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder, he has the confidence of getting up off the canvas like the Undertaker, and then getting up and having success against Wilder in the 12th round. He's got a lot to be confident about, and I just believe, like, in the rematch, you know, he should come in lighter, and he should be hitting Deontay Wilder with more effective punches. You see what I'm saying? That's what I expect from it. And for Wilder, you know, I mean, he is what he is. He fights how he fights. He's a gunslinger. You can't really train him to be conventional. You kind of just gotta wind him up and just let him go. And that's who he is as a fighter. For me with Wilder, I just want to see him try to land that jab a little earlier in the fight. Maybe mix in the hook a little more. Go to the body a little more earlier in the fight. Give Fury more things to think about so that you can land the straight right or the left hook and really put his lights out. So I'm looking very forward to the rematch, and I think this rematch is going to be a really great fight. I really do. And I know a lot has been made about neither one of these guys fighting Anthony Joshua. Just look, I put out a video. I've since then put it on private. You know, I'm sick of getting the comments, but like I got crucified in the comments this morning and last night for pretty much saying that Anthony Joshua has changed his tune on fighting Tyson Fury, and I hold true to that. I'm not recanting those statements, but what I will say is this, man: a lot was made of neither one of these guys fighting or wanting to fight Anthony Joshua. Honestly, look, we all know Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua right now. You know, we know he doesn't want to fight him. And the thing is, what makes it easier for him I probably should have said it this way in my last video, but what makes it easier for him not to fight Anthony Joshua is the fact that he has this rematch that he can go to. You see what I'm saying? And it's a rematch that has a lot of questions to be answered. And yes, I understand Undisputed, and I understand everything, but I'm just saying, like, Wilder is advised by Al Heyman, and Al Heyman might be advising him to say, hey, go take the Fury rematch, because he may think that's what's best for his career, and he's listening to his advisors. So, look. And as for Fury, like, you know, he won at 50%, and in most cases I'll say, like, well, yeah, he's pricing himself out. But honestly, like, that would be the biggest fight in British boxing history. He has the lineal belt. You know, he brings a lot to the table. And let's be honest here, when Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight and they're doing the press conferences and they're doing the media rounds, it's going to be Fury that's selling that fight. It's going to be Fury that's giving the reporters, the world, the fans, all the great sound bites. He'll be the one putting in the real work to sell that fight, as he did for the Wilder fight. So he brings a lot to the table in terms of selling a fight. He brings a lineal strap, an undefeated record, you know, being the man in the heavyweight division, and, you know, just having the gift of gab to sell fights. And that cannot be taken for granted. And I think, you know, he was right to if he wanted 50%, then hey, they should give the man his 50% to make the biggest fight in British boxing history. If Eddie Hearn is really confident in his man, then he'll take the fight thinking his man can win the fight. They'll have the biggest fight in the history of British boxing, and then, you know, the gravy train, the Anthony Joshua gravy train, with all the money he's making, will continue to roll on. But, you know, it didn't happen there. So I'm not even mad at a rematch at all with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. In fact, you know, interestingly enough, you know, one of the dates that they're talking about is May the 18th, which coincidentally happens to be my dad's birthday. So look, I'm not going to make any promises, but I will do my best to get out to New York City for that fight. That is a fight that I will pay my hard-earned money to go see, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. That is a fight that True School Sports should be at, Brendan Taylor should be at. And gosh darn it, I'm just waiting for the fight, that official date to be announced so I can start, you know, saving my money and making the right investments in my life to make that dream come true. So we might just go to New York City. You know, if any of y'all Brits out there that got a problem with what I'm saying about Joshua or Fury or Wilder, you can come. You draft me in person. I might just be out there at the Barclays Center. But it's good news to see that this fight is getting made. That the two of the best heavyweights in the world are fighting each other once more. I hope whoever wins the fight, whether it be Wilder or Fury, I hope it's conclusive. I hope someone, and honestly, I kind of hope someone gets knocked out, just to avoid all corruption. And overall, I just hope for a really good, clean fight like the first fight. I also hope that Jack Reese is the referee again, because I thought he did a fantastic job in the first fight, and that's what it is. So yeah, that's the big news for today. And Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, the rematch scheduled for New York City, the Barclays Center, one of the best venues in all of boxing. I'm 1,000% down for it. And I'm happy that they're inching closer to it. So, yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. They're saying the Barclays Center. They're saying April 27th or May 18th. What do you guys make of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of my videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.